Good morning. This is Street Oracle Tarot coming to you with another video in regard to the Spiritualist versus Spiritual Influencer series that I have started. This is part 3. If you have not seen part 1 and 2, you can go back and you can watch those. This is a series that helps people to understand the difference between spiritualists in the spiritual community and those who present themselves as spiritualists, but they're really spiritual influencers. This is something to help people along their spiritual journey to know who it is that they're listening to, who it is that they align themselves to, who it is that they give their energy to, their time, their resources, who it is that they, give heed to so that they can have a better chance along their journey. Today we're going to be discussing faith. I know that those who have seen my videos say, well, didn't you talk about faith before? Yes, but faith is a very encompassing thing, and so it covers a lot of different aspects of a person's spiritual journey. But in this regard, we're talking about faith as in, where is your faith? Some of you have grew up in the church, especially the old church, so you know that old song, Where is Your Faith in God, by Reverend James Cleveland. We're talking about where is your faith in regard to, do you believe in the higher source that you are trying to align yourself with? Or do you just believe in the practice? Do you believe in the product? Do you believe in the marketing that the spiritual influencer makes their living off of? Let's be clear. In dealing with spirituality, there is always an exchange of energy. Let's be clear on that. You can't go to anyone, whether they're in the church, in voodoo, hoodoo, ATR, any religious practice, even Asian and ancient European practices. You can't go to any practice and believe that you're supposed to come empty-handed and that you're supposed to just say what you want, you get it, and then you turn around and walk away. There's an exchange that takes place even when it comes down to prayer. The Bible speaks of prayer and meditation, and a lot of people don't understand that meditation is not witchcraft. It's not. Prayer and meditation go hand in hand. I cannot remember the person who explained it, but the best way that I've heard it explained is, prayer is you speaking to God. Meditation is God speaking to you. That's why they go hand in hand. So even there you see that there's an exchange where it's you give to whatever spiritual source that you are praying to, what it is that you need, what it is that's going on in your life, where it is that you're coming from, whether you're looking for guidance, whether you're looking for resources, whether you're looking for whatever it is that you're looking for. Your prayer is the energy that is given to that spiritual source. And meditation is when that spiritual source gives to you the insight, the wisdom, knowledge, understanding, whatever it is, so that you know that you are connected to that divine source. With that being the case, if your faith is aligned more in the product than the producer, it's not going to work for you. That famous saying, take 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. Some people say take 1 step forward and 5 steps back. Whatever variation you want to use. Basically, that's what life is like when you're dealing with spiritual influencers. You're going to believe in them and what it is that they're giving you, when all they're doing is giving you something to monetize and capitalize off of your need. Um, Capitalist economy. I mean, it's plain and simple. There's a need, you meet it, then in you providing the answer, the solution to the need, you go ahead, you monetize it, there you go. You know, you're off to the races. But spirituality is different from that. Spirituality is not about capitalizing on someone else's needs. Spirituality is about aligning yourself with whoever the spiritual source, creator, divine being that you have your faith and align yourself to. That's what spirituality is. So whether you're dealing with animism or, anything in regard to spirits in another realm, it's about connecting yourself to that energy. And unfortunately, we're in a time where there are a lot of people that are taking advantage of that. Spirituality is more than crystals, it's more than tarot cards, it's more than candles, it's more than walking outside and wearing all white while you're walking barefoot through the shoreline. Spirituality is far more than that, but yet it's marketed as that. And so you have people who buy these candles, they buy these potions, they pay for tarot readings, they do all of these things, and because those things are marketed as the connection. They don't understand that their faith is not being put toward growing spiritually. It's put in what is being put before them to make it seem as though they're connecting to the spirit realm. I'll say this. Can I do tarot? Yes. Do I most of the time? No. That's not me bragging or boasting. There are some people who they only receive a message and they'll only understand the message if they see cards. And cards, they do have their meaning. You can look in any tarot card deck and you can see what each card means, from the major arcana and the minor arcana, what the, suits mean, what the face cards mean, and all of that. But the true spiritualist is not just relying on that information. That information can be used to help them when a message might be a bit cloudy, but for the most part, they're going off of your energy. Just like you can go to a church and you go up to the pulpit when it's altar call, and you can tell if that pastor or prophet, whoever, if they're true or not, because without you telling what your situation is, they're not going to sit there and fish for what is wrong with you. They'll be able to look at you. They'll be able to feel you. They'll be able to hear what Spirit is telling them to speak to you in your life about, and you can agree or disagree. You can confirm or deny if those things are true or not. That's spirituality. That's being a spiritualist. So when your faith is in the candles, as an influencer, they'll have every candle you could think of. Every last one. They'll have a love candle, money candle. Those are the two main ones, love and money. Which, if you're in dire straits, out of either of the two, the money one would be the best one to go with. Simply because love is something that involves emotion. So that taps into a person's inner being. Trying to manipulate someone to love you is not love. Trying to get someone to love you more, trying to get someone to stay home, trying to get someone to, those things worked back in the day. But back in the day, there also wasn't the level of toxicity that is in society today. Not saying it wasn't back then, but the amount that is today is dangerous. Back then there was I need him to stop running the streets because I'm afraid that he's going to be out there and he's going to mess with the wrong woman and something is going to happen to him and he's going to, get killed. Today it's I don't want him running the streets because I want all of his attention to be focused on me. Oh, you just ask for somebody to be infatuated with you, to be obsessed with you. And when someone is obsessed with you, jealousy prevails anytime they think that you are getting away from them. They become possessive. If they feel as though someone is paying more attention to you than they are, they become dangerous. And unfortunately, this is a society that prides that as love. They boast that that is love. And yet, when someone dies from those situations, the first thing that you'll hear is, oh, I don't understand why they didn't just leave. Some people don't even know the work that's being put on them to make them stay. And some people ask for work and not even realize what it is that they're asking for. So that's the reason that's why I say money candle if you have to get a candle. And even then, before you go and get the candle, let it be because everything else you have tried and it did not work. Let it be because you have applied to 300 jobs and a single one has not responded to you. And your rent is due in 3 days and you need something to eat because you haven't eaten in 2 weeks because all of the money that you have had you used to go back and forth for job interviews and seeking help and getting a job. And when you're at your wit's end, then do that, because the energy that's behind that at that point is about urgency and there's an expectation. But if you're doing it because you just want $20 so that way you can put a bunch of green paper behind it so you can get on the internet, no. Because now you're playing with spirit, and spirit doesn't like to be played with. They're trickster spirits that might let you go ahead and, dabble a little bit, but after a while, they're going to want their payback too. So, but as I said, this is about faith in dealing with the spiritualist versus the spiritual influencer. You don't want to be one who's caught up so much in product that the product becomes your God. I'll say that again. You don't want to be caught up so much with product that the product becomes your God. That's how spiritual influencers, that's how they make their bank. That's what they do. They come online, they're at a show, they come with some great presentation, they get you all excited, get you interested, and they know the normal issues that go on with people. They're looking for love, they need more money, or they need more money because they're looking for love. That's normally what it is most of the time, or there's something where it's like, they're heartbroken and they don't know what to do, or, somebody did something to them and they're looking for that get back or whatever. It's normally somewhere along those lines. And guess what? If I can create something for that I can just hit the masses with, awesome. There it is, got it in the bag, and I could come on every few days and just be like, hey, this person did this person wrong, and this person was in love with this person and they didn't know what to do, and this person, was running short on money and they didn't know, and I got this. How many people are going to do that? They're going to run to that because it was marketed as something as a quick fix. Quick fixes work when it provides an immediate solution to a drastic situation. Immediate solution. Not a jerry-rigged duct tape and bubblegum situation. No, because you could have an absolute solution that happens quickly. You can have that. But the thing is that you want something that's going to help you to be able to move forward. And it not be you move forward just to fall back in another trap. So you have to be mindful of what it is that you're doing, where it is your faith lies. You know, if you need something to fix a situation for you, that makes perfect sense. You know, if the situation is really troubling and you're trying to figure out what to do, a good spiritualist is normally not only going to know how to help with that situation, but they're going to be more focused on finding the root cause. That's what makes the difference, the root cause. Because a spiritual influencer will sell you a money candle because you say you need money. A spiritualist might not tell you to get a candle because your money issue might be lying in the fact that you have a sense of lack in your mentality. Your financial issues might be that you're investing time and energy into a person or into something that is draining you behind the scenes and you don't even know it. You know, it's about finding out the root cause so that way when the solution is presented, the solution is something that's going to help you to not only get over that hurdle, but it's going to help you to move forward in your life. I mean, which one sounds better? You want a Lamborghini that you would have to fill up every 100 miles because you were like so excited that you have it that you just go out and you're doing donuts in the parking lot and racing up and down the highway? Or would you want, I don't know, like a Nissan Altima where you can drive clear to a whole different state before you have to get gas? Unless you're in Texas, then no knock to Texas, but when you can drive over 8 hours in one direction and still be in the same state, yeah, that's a bit of a problem. But yeah, you want a lasting solution. You want something that's gonna last for a while at least. Take the issue off of the table so that way you can focus on something else and be able to focus with intention, not move it to the side long enough for me to switch the pot off of the burner and then have to turn around and get back to it because it's starting to burn again. No. There's a lot that happens in the spiritualist community, and there's a lot of things that are being exposed by those in the spiritual community who are trying to take advantage of those in need. And we're going to talk more about it as time goes on, but this right here is just letting you know. Take time to find out where your faith is. Is it in the product? Or is it in the producer? Is your faith in God or whatever spiritual being that you say that you're trying to align yourself with? Or is your belief just in whatever the product is that is supposed to make something happen for you? Because the true thing about faith is you can use every single product that is supposed to be for your situation because your faith is not in the right place. it's still not going to work. There's a scripture that says that you ask and receive not is because you ask amiss. The amiss is that you're asking for something that you don't even believe. Whether it's you don't believe that you'll get it, you don't believe in the person who you're praying to, asking for it, you don't believe you're worthy of what it is that you're asking for. You're asking and you don't have because you're asking amiss. So buying a product is going to do what? You made them money. You have a product. Still nothing happening. They're not going to take the time to figure out what it is that's wrong. They're just going to keep selling you stuff. If that candle didn't work, dress the candle with these powders. If that candle with the powders didn't work, dress your candle with these powders and, buy this card that I have and lay the candle on top of the card and dress the candle and light the candle with the matches that you can also get from my store and nothing is happening the whole time. And instead of taking the time to think maybe the reason as to why it's not working is because my faith is not properly aligned for what it is I'm asking for. Because most times that is what it is. You're thinking, I just got to find the right combination. Maybe I didn't dress the candle right. Maybe I burned the candle wrong. Maybe I picked the wrong card. I know I got everything that they told me to get, but maybe, I should have ordered it on a Friday instead of on a Thursday. And now you're going through all of these things, and it's nothing to do with any of that. Find out what's going on. And there are people who genuinely will help you to find out what's going on. But stop thinking that the product is the answer, when the answer is merely by the fact that you are doing the work, believing that who it is that you're praying to, whoever you're doing this working toward, whoever it is that's on the spiritual side of this work that you're about to do, that they are hearing you and that they are going to listen and move on your behalf. That is where your faith is supposed to be. And if your faith isn't there, it doesn't matter what you do, it's not going to be answered. There are spiritualists who will help you to find what the problem is to help you to be able to move forward. Now, if they tell you about something to buy, chances are it's something that's actually going to work. Because they're going to help you to understand that your faith is not in the product. Your faith is in who you're believing is hearing the prayer when you're using that product. I hope this message was well for you. Hope that you like and subscribe to this channel. If you like what you're hearing, go ahead and drop a comment, and I'll see you soon. Love and blessings to you all.